The voice cuts through the Friday night noise like a blade. Yo, bartender, what's your call sign? Lieutenant Marcus Hayes stands at the center of 8 Navy SEALs, phone recording. You just saved that kid's life like some action movie star. Beer girl? Bottle opener. The woman behind the bar doesn't flinch. Small, ponytail, black t-shirt. Nothing remarkable. Her hands rest controlled on the counter. Hayes leans closer, playing to his audience. I bet it's something tactical. Night Shadow? Dark Angel? The woman's eyes move to Master Chief Daniel Garrett in the corner booth, then to Master Chief Vernon Kyle across the room. Her voice is quiet, deliberate. Night Raven. The bar doesn't go silent immediately. Takes 2 heartbeats. Then a glass shatters. Garrett's beer stops halfway to his mouth, face draining. His hand moves to his chest, reaching for dog tags he hasn't worn in years. Kyle goes white, eyes locked on her like she's a ghost. Hayes doesn't understand. Too young to have deployed to Syria, never heard the whispered stories about units that don't exist. He laughs louder. That's the most Xbox wannabe special forces nonsense I've ever heard. His buddies join in. Hayes posts to the Anchor Regulars Facebook group. Bartender claims call sign Night Raven. Stolen valor, serving Bud Light. Garrett stands slowly. That call sign, you don't throw that around. People died carrying it. The woman meets his eyes. I know, Master Chief. I was there. Garrett turns to Hayes. Lieutenant, delete that video. Why? Because you're making assumptions you're not qualified to make. Delete it now. Hayes doesn't. The video stays up. Kyle pulls out his phone, types to a number with no name. Night Raven is alive. Deletes it immediately. The woman returns to wiping the counter, breathing in a pattern. For counts in, hold, for out, hold. Garrett recognizes it. Combat stress management, the kind operators learn when panic means mission failure. Eight months earlier, the office at NCIS Quantico has no windows. Lieutenant General Patricia Hartwick sits across from Chief Warrant Officer Claire Bennett. Your team died in Syria. 7 Kia. Convoy ambush. Someone sold your route to a Russian-backed PMC. Claire's face shows nothing. Hands completely still. We trace the money. 18 months following shell companies. Trail leads to Nexus Strategic Solutions buying classified SEAL intel. At least 14 operators dead. Probably more. How many? Hartwick slides a folder across. We need someone who doesn't exist. Someone already dead. Claire opens it. Her own death certificate. Syria, 2018. Kia. Where's the leak? Naval Special Warfare, Virginia Beach. Someone senior. Someone using the anchor bar as a meeting point. She shows a photo. Master Chief Vernon Kyle. Retired SEAL. Bronze Star, Silver Star. Legend. Meets a Nexus representative every 2 weeks. Cash transactions. Lifestyle doesn't match retirement income. What's the mission? Infiltrate. Observe. Document. Build a case for court-martial. Get everyone in the network. However long it takes. You'll be a contractor, invisible until it's too late. Claire closes the folder. When do I start? 3 days. Hartwick stands. You don't have to do this. 7 teammates died because someone sold us out. I'll rest when they're all in prison. Present day. Morning after the Night Raven video. Claire arrives for her shift. Owner Dan Morrison intercepts her. People are calling, saying you're impersonating military credentials. I can't have that heat. Understand. The first SEALs arrive at 1800. They've seen the video. One orders whiskey without eye contact. His buddy laughs. Ask her what her call sign is. Maybe she's Delta Force tonight. Claire serves drinks. Says nothing. Her hands grip bottles the way operators hold equipment under stress. 3 fingers base, thumb, and in. At 2200, her phone buzzes. Handler. Status. She types. Compromised. Extract. Not yet. Protocol says extract. Protocol doesn't get intel. 1 more week. Claire finishes closing, walks to her apartment. Opens files she's built from 8 months of observation. Vernon Kyle's meeting schedule. Every 2 weeks, same booth, meets Richard Torres, Nexus recruiter. 48 to 72 hours after each meeting, Classified SEAL files are accessed from base systems using Rear Admiral Thomas Cartwright's credentials. 1 week later, operators die in ambushes. 5 cycles documented. 14 dead. Correlation, 93%. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. Male voice, older. I know who you are. Walk away before this gets worse. The Syria ambush wasn't random. Neither is what's coming next. The line goes dead. At 0845, Claire arrives at base security. Lieutenant Commander Brooks waits. I've received multiple reports about you claiming a military call sign. Night Raven is classified. Do you know what happens to civilians who falsely claim military credentials? Yes, ma'am. Then show me documentation. Your DD-214 service record. I can't provide that. The records are classified above your clearance. Brooks pulls out a printout. Security clearance verification confirmed you have contractor clearance. Nothing about JSOC. This looks like stolen valor. You have 72 hours to produce documentation. Meanwhile, your base access is revoked. Surrender your badge. Claire removes the badge. Is that all, ma'am? 72 hours. Clock starts now. Outside, Claire's phone buzzes. Kyle's number. You made a mistake. She checks the calendar. Kyle's next meeting is in 48 hours. Tuesday night, 2100. She just lost access to the base. Lost the ability to observe, to correlate the meeting with file access. Unless she gets access another Tuesday, 0445 hours. Claire stands outside Naval Special Warfare Base. Approaches from the south through the tree line. The fence is older here. Chain link, 12 feet, no razor wire. She climbs over in 40 seconds. Inside, she moves toward the administration building through blind spots she's memorized. Her old badge still opens doors. In the server room, she logs in with credentials that should have been disabled. She pulls file access records. There, 0300 hours, 3 hours ago. Admiral Cartwright's credentials, but IP address traces to Building 7, not his office. Someone used his credentials remotely, pulled 12 files. Mission planning documents for upcoming SEAL deployment to East Africa. She photographs the screen. Evidence. The door opens. What are you doing? Chief Warrant Officer Klein stands there, maintenance bag over shoulder. Your clearance was revoked 48 hours ago. There's a security breach. Someone's accessing classified files using stolen credentials. Klein peers at her screen, sees what she found. Understanding shifts his expression. You need to log off now. Chief, if someone is compromising operations, what I want is for contractors to stay in their lane. He moves toward her. Who are you really? Exactly who my ID says. Technical consultants don't break into facilities, don't run security audits. His hand moves to his radio. I should have you arrested. You should, but you won't, because you know something's wrong. Klein's jaw works. Then he keys the radio. Base security. Unauthorized individual in server room. Need immediate response. 4 MPs arrive with Lieutenant Commander Brooks. She looks at Claire with grim satisfaction. Ms. Bennett, you were banned from this facility. I found evidence of a security breach. The IP logs will show you accessed files are not authorized to see. Brooks steps closer. Hands behind her back. They zip tie her, confiscate her tablet, phone badge. The watch stays on her wrist. Nobody notices the small recessed button on the side. They escort her to the holding facility. Cell 3. 8 by 10 feet. Concrete walls. Metal bench. Claire sits, rests her head against the wall. This is the near-fail moment. Except she's been playing a different game. Her watch displays 0553. In 7 minutes, she'll miss her scheduled 0600 NCIS check-in. When she does, protocols activate automatically. She breathes. For count. Hold. For count. Hold. Brooks enters carrying a folder. What were you doing in the server room? System diagnostics. You accessed authentication logs. That's not diagnostics. You targeted Admiral Cartwright's files. I was reviewing anomalous access patterns that originate from his office. That's not your job. Actually, my contract requires me to report security vulnerabilities. Explain. Someone logged in using Admiral Cartwright's authentication at 0300. pulled 12 files from Building 7 during hours when it should be empty. Whether it's him or someone else, the pattern exists. It's getting people killed. Brooks stares. This is more complicated than she wanted. I'll need to verify this. Master Chief, Garrett arrives. I looked in a Night Raven. Called Old Contacts. That unit existed. JSOC Tier 1, Syria 2012 to 2018. 8 operators. All listed Kia in 2018. Except the official casualty count was 7, not 8. Claire makes a calculation. I'm the one who survived. They listed me Kia because it was easier than explaining why I wasn't. Why weren't you? My team was already buried. Someone sold us out. Russian-backed PMC was waiting. Had our entire convoy mapped. I've spent 2 years finding who. The trail led here. Someone using Vernon Kyle as courier. Kyle. Garrett's voice sharpens. I've known Vernon 20 years. He's a hero. That's what makes it perfect. Nobody suspects the hero. He walks into the Anchor twice a month, meets the same Nexus recruiter, talks 37 minutes. 48 to 72 hours later, classified files are accessed. 1 week after, operators die. I've documented 5 cycles. 14 dead SEALs. Garrett is silent. You don't have proof. Not yet, which is why I was pulling those logs. I need to catch them in the act. What do you need? I need someone Brooks trusts to vouch for me. Someone who can buy me 6 hours. Garrett stares for a long moment. All right, but we do this my way. We observe, document, hand it to proper authorities. Understood, Master Chief. 90 minutes later, Brooks enters. Her expression has changed. Chief Klein verified your claims. Master Chief Garrett made a compelling case. You get 6 hours supervised release. Garrett will accompany you. Document what you found, hand it to me. Deviate by 1 step, you go back in this cell. They walk to Building 7. Claire sits at a terminal, builds the timeline connecting meetings to file access to casualties. Here, she points. Kyle meets Torres every 2 weeks. 48 to 72 hours after, these files are accessed using Cartwright's credentials. Always from unauthorized terminals. 1 week later, casualties. She displays correlation data. 5 cycles. 14 deaths. Statistical probability of coincidence. 0. Claire displays another file. Medical bills. Kyle's daughter has leukemia. Treatment costs over $2 million. He's paying for her to live. That doesn't excuse it. No, but explains it and makes him vulnerable. What do you need? Visual confirmation Kyle is meeting Torres. Audio intercept. Combined with access logs and financials, that's enough for arrest. When's the next meeting? Tonight. 2,100 hours. Kyle moved it up. He's spooked. We need to inform Brooks. There's no time. This is the window. Garrett is silent. Finally nods. Tonight. Audio only. No contact. Observe and document. As they leave, Lieutenant Hayes approaches. Master Chief, can I have a word? The detained contractor isn't supposed to be here. She's under my supervision. Hayes looks confused. He keys his radio. Base security. Lieutenant Hayes. I have eyes on detained contractor moving unauthorized. Brooks's voice sharp. All units detain both individuals immediately. MPS arrive. Zip tie both of them. Walk them across base in full view. Back to holding. Garrett in cell 2, Claire in cell 3. Brooks arrives, controlled fury. 6 hours. 1 instruction. Why would you throw away 25 years? Garrett's voice is quiet. Because everything about this situation is wrong. Check the logs. Check the correlation. Or keep arresting people trying to help and watch more SEALs die. Brooks leaves. 6 hours before JAG transfer. Garrett's voice through the wall. Still think this was worth it? Tonight, at 2,100, Kyle meets Torres. They'll exchange information that will get SEALs killed. And we'll sit here because regulations say we're not allowed to stop it. What happens now? Now my missed check-in activates protocols. People start moving. We trust the machinery, I said in mode. Garrett's voice. You hear that? I hear it. 4 Blackhawks. Landing on base. The facility shakes. Then boots. Multiple sets. Moving with purpose. The cell door opens. 2 MPs. Behind them, Lieutenant General Patricia Hartwick. 3 stars. JSOC Commander. She looks at Claire. Chief Warrant Officer Bennett. We need to talk. Now. They're escorted to a conference room. Brooks is there, pale, confused. Hartwick wastes no time. Commander Brooks, this individual is Chief Warrant Officer Claire Bennett, NCIS Special Operations. She's been deep cover for 8 months investigating intelligence leaks. When operatives miss check-ins, we respond. She turns to Claire. Status report. Everything. Claire stands, pulls up her tablet. Ma'am, 8 months documented evidence. Primary subject. Master Chief Vernon Kyle. Meeting Nexus recruiter every 2 weeks. Intelligence transferred within 72 hours. Payments totaling $380,000. She displays correlation data. 5 cycles. 14 operator fatalities. Statistical correlation 93%. A major general steps forward. You said primary subject, implying others. Yes, sir. File access requires Admiral credentials. Someone provided Kyle access. The credentials belong to Rear Admiral Thomas Cartwright. Where's Cartwright? Brooks checks. On base, ma'am. His office. Detain him. No communication. 2 MPs move out. What about Kyle? Last confirmed location, the anchor last night. He's scheduled for another meeting tonight, but he's spooked. This might be his last handoff. Then we find him before he disappears. Hartwick looks at an aide. Get NCIS field office. I want surveillance on Kyle's residence. Vehicle, known associates. Claire pulls up another file. Ma'am, there's one more. The room goes cold. Major General Chun speaks quietly. He tried to kill you. Yes, ma'am. Then position me to investigate Cartwright and Kyle while protecting himself. Where is Thornton? Claire checks. Left Fort Bragg 40 minutes before my check-in. Someone warned him. Hartwick turns to her aide. Federal warrant. Espionage. Attempted murder. Conspiracy. Garrett has been standing quietly. Ma'am, Kyle's meeting is in 7 hours. If he completes that handoff, we lose the chance for audio evidence. Hartwick looks at him. Master Chief, you risked your career vouching for her. Why? Because she's right, ma'am. If Kyle's been selling intelligence, I need to know the truth. Hartwick nods. Then you'll observe tonight's operation. Both of you. But this is official NCIS now. My protocols. Deviate 1 step, I'll have you arrested for real. Understood, Mom. 20-45 hours. NCIS surveillance, van 2 blocks from the anchor. Claire sits in back, headset on, watching feeds. Garrett beside her, Hartwick behind. Target entering. Text voice. Male 52. Vernon Kyle. Claire watches Kyle walk in, scan the room professionally. Moves to the booth. Corner position, back to wall. Audio active. Kyle's voice, whiskey neat. 10 minutes pass. Then, second target. Richard Torres. Torres slides into the booth. No greeting. Just sits. Bar noise fades. The speakers isolate the booth. Torres, you're early. Things are moving faster. Need to accelerate timeline. Kyle, how fast? 48 hours. Our clients need current disposition for East Africa. That's rushing it. Torres slides an envelope across. You'll be compensated accordingly. Kyle picks it up. This is the last one. Medical bills are covered. Torres opens a briefcase, turns a tablet toward Kyle. These are your accounts. Every payment, every transfer linked to intelligence leaks that got 14 operators killed. If this goes public, you go to Leavenworth for life. Kyle's hand moves toward his jacket. That's mutual destruction. I release everything I know about your network. Or we make you disappear. You could try. Claire watches, records. This is it. The confession. Hartwick, we have enough. Move in. The team exits. 6 agents. They enter the anchor, move through the crowd. Vernon Kyle, Richard Torres. Federal agents. You're under arrest. The bar goes silent instantly. Kyle looks up, sees tactical gear, guns. His hand moves toward his jacket. Don't. Hands on the table. Both of you. Kyle freezes, slowly moves his hands to the table. The agents move in. Professional. Weapons secured. Restraints applied. Vernon Kyle, you're under arrest for espionage, conspiracy, Violations of UCMJ Article 106A. You have the right to remain silent. The bar watches, watching the legend get walked out in handcuffs. In the van, Claire watches. Her face shows nothing. Hands grip the armrests. Knuckles white. 7 teammates. 18 months. 8 months deep cover. It's over. Garrett touches her shoulder briefly. Good work. Hartwick, this doesn't end here. We still have Cartwright. Still have Thornton. But tonight you got the courier. That's a win. They drive back to base. The debrief takes 4 hours. Every detail, every observation, every piece of evidence. By 0300, they're finished. Ma'am, Claire addresses Hartwick. What's Cartwright's status? In custody, claiming his credentials were stolen. We'll see how long that story holds. Claire is silent. So this isn't over. No, Kyle and Cartwright are just nodes. The network is bigger. Hartwick hands Claire a folder. This is your next assignment. Hunting Thornton. Dismantling whatever remains. Could be months, could be years. You'll be back under. Claire opens it. Surveillance photos, financial records, travel logs. I'll do it. Whatever it takes. I thought you might. Hartwick almost smiles. Take 48 hours. Rest. Then report to Quantico. Yes, ma'am. Dismissed. They leave. Walk across the base under fading stars. Garrett stops at his vehicle. You going back under? Yes. You ever get tired of it? Being someone else. Claire considers. My team died because someone sold us out. Until everyone involved is in prison, I don't get to be tired. That's dedication. Or obsession. Maybe both. Garrett extends his hand. If you ever need anything, you know where to find me. Claire shakes it. Thank you, Master Chief. He drives away. Claire walks to her vehicle, drives to the apartment. Inside, she starts packing methodically. Laptop, encrypted drive, clothes. Nothing personal. The sun rises over Virginia Beach. Orange and pink. Beautiful. Indifferent. Her phone buzzes. Dan Morrison. Heard what happened. Don't know the full story, but wanted to say thanks for whatever you did. She deletes it. Another buzz. Marcus Hayes. Ma'am, I'm sorry for the video, for not believing you. I've deleted everything, posted clarifications. It's not enough, will never be enough. But I wanted you to know I was wrong. She deletes that too. Some lessons need a hurt. By 0900, she's packed. Apartment stripped. Nothing left that says Claire Bennett was here. She drives to the Anchor one last time. Parks across the street. Watches Morrison opening. She doesn't go in. Just watches for 5 minutes, committing it to memory. Then drives away. Toward Quantico. Toward the next mission. The miles pass. Her phone buzzes one more time. Unknown number. Image attachment. She opens it. Grainy photograph. Middle Eastern architecture. Syria. Her convoy route marked in red. Kill zone mapped. And in the corner, a figure on a rooftop holding something. Watching. Message below. Tower 4 sends regards. Claire pulls over. Stares at the screen. Tower 4. Not Thornton. Not Cartwright. Someone else. Someone who orchestrated Syria. Who's been watching this entire time. She saves the image to encrypted storage. Evidence for tomorrow. She pulls back onto the highway. Drives north. The image burned into memory. Justice isn't loud. It's patient. It moves in shadows. It breathes in 4-count rhythms. It wears whatever face necessary to get close enough to strike. And it never stops. Tower 4 thinks they're safe. They're wrong. Claire Bennett is patient, thorough, and she never stops hunting. Tomorrow brings new identities, new missions. But tonight, truth. Incomplete, partial, but truth. Kyle in custody. Torres facing charges. Cartwright arrested. 14 families with answers. 7 teammates closer to justice. It's not enough. Won't ever be enough. But it's progress. The highway stretches ahead. Always miles to go. She drives toward whatever comes next. Toward Quantico. Toward the briefing that will send her back under. Because that's what operators do. They complete the mission. Whatever it takes. And Claire's mission won't end until Tower 4 is identified, arrested, prosecuted. Until then, she hunts.